One of the most common questions we get asked is how to build your own fixture profile if it's not already available in the library. If you press here to add a fixture, and then here, we have a list of all the brands and fixtures here. If your fixture isn't in the library, you can go over to WTools app for PC and Mac, and you can have a look at the library there to see if we already have your profile but just not inside the Wolfmix. If it's not available in WTools, you can tap this button here to create a fixture profile of your own. Here we've got a grid. Each cell in the grid represents a channel of the lighting fixture. If you go over to the user manual, it normally contains a table like this, usually with a column for channels, one for values, and one for functions. So you see this has 11 channels. This is a Stairville SCX50 scanner that I'm going to build now. So you have the 11 channels here. Some of the channels you don't actually need for anything. So like these channel functions here, channel 11, built-in programs. The Wolfmix doesn't require these channels, so we can just add an empty channel in these positions. So we don't need to add every single line in this table here. So let's start at the top. Channel 1 is pan. Channel 2 is tilt, channel 3 is colour wheel, and channel 4 is shutter. So if I tap the first button here, we're going to choose pan, second button tilt, third button colour wheel, and fourth button shutter. Then if we go to channel 5, we have a dimmer, then a gobo wheel, then a gobo rotation wheel. Channel 5, dimmer. Channel 6, gobo. Channel 7, gobo rotation. If we continue, channel 8 is prism. Channel 9 is focus. Channel 8, prism. Channel 9, focus. And then channel 10 is called channel functions, and channel 11 is called built-in programs. So we don't need these channels. So I'm going to go channel 10 and I'm going to choose other, and channel 11 I'm going to choose other. So now if we open our easy view, we have the fixture over here. You could connect your fixture directly to the Wolfmix as well. So if I press the back button here, it goes back to the channel view, and we can start by setting a test address as just down here. So the test address has to match what the address is on your actual fixture. So most fixtures have a little LED display on the front. Choose a number and set the same number over here. So what we want to do first is to try and get some light out of this fixture. So I'm going to go to channel 5. We can use either the touchscreen or the silicon pad here. So channel 5 is the dimmer, and we see that's set to 255. If we tap the flashing button, it will also go back to this view. Over here, channel 4, it says shutter. So I'm going to press shutter, and I'm going to turn this value encoder until I see that light beam light up. There we go. There's our light beam. And you see, as we turn this, it starts strobing faster and faster and faster. And when we get to 255, it stops strobing. So I'm going to tap this encoder, and it stores 255 as the open preset. Next, I want to close the shutter. So I'm going to tap shutter closed here, and I'm going to turn the encoder until the shutter closes, which I believe was 0. There we go. Tap to accept. So you see, you don't need the user manual for this. You can look at your lighting fixture in reality and set it up just by looking to see what the light actually does. So here we see it's strobing slowly, so I'll accept that. Now I need to set the maximum strobe. Something like that. Yep, that looks good. So we have open, closed, strobe min, and strobe max. If we go back, we have the prism over here. So at the moment, prism off is set to 255. Now if you look at Easy View, you actually have a prism here, so that value is not actually correct. Let's try changing it to 0. There we go, perfect. We'll accept that. And for prism on, let's go to 255. Prism off, prism on, prism off. Perfect. Okay, so what else do we need to do? We need to do the colour wheel, which is channel 3. So if I select this, you see we have a selection of colours that we can choose from. So what I'm going to do is start turning the first encoder, and you see the lights just turn yellow on value 10. So I'm going to tap yellow and tap accept. Then I'll continue turning the encoder. This is a light pink colour. I think I'll choose this light pink here. Accept. Then we have green. It's kind of a lime green, so I'm going to choose this one here. Then we have a pink, dark pink. We have a blue. We have, it's kind of like a very, it's like a mint green. Let's choose that one. Red. And a deep blue. And then we have some split colours. You can choose some colours for your split colours, but personally I don't really use split colours. The purpose of these colours is so Wolfmix can match the colours and effects with the colour wheel, which doesn't really work so well with split colours. So I'm going to bypass these split colours. And I'm going to look for the colour wheel rotation. There we go, this is a nice effect to have on sometimes. So you see it's rotating slowly. So I'm going to tap here. Colour wheel rotation minimum and accept, and it's getting quicker and quicker and quicker. There we go. Now at value 189 it's moving quickly, so I'm going to go colour wheel rotation maximum and store it there. Okay, next let's go over to the gobos. I'll set a white colour first just so we can see what we're doing. Okay, over to the gobos. So again, we have a selection of gobos here. These are the most common gobo shapes, and we're going to look for similar gobo shapes in our light. So I'm going to turn the encoder. You see here we've got a circle, so we can match that here. Then we've got, this is like some fragments, so I could match this here. Here we've got a swirl, which I'll match with this rose over here. Then we've got like an atomic symbol. Then we've got, it's like some worms, which I'll match with this one. I'm not going to match all these gobos now, but you get the idea. You move the encoder, you look for a similar gobo, you select the gobo here, and then you hit to accept. Okay, we've also got a focus channel with your min and your max. That's fine, that matches the channel. And I think that's everything we need for this fixture. So I'm going to press done. I'm going to save it as my scanner. Save. And then once this fixture's been saved, we can load it into a project. So I have a new empty project. Here it is in the Wolfmix folder. I'm going to add one of these, and I'm going to add it to group A. You see it's lit up here. If I go back home, now I have full control of this scanner. If I go to the colour screen, if I want to select lime, it lights up lime. If I want to strobe, it strobes. So if I just check the timer on my video here, okay, so in under 10 minutes, we've actually created a full profile from scratch, and we've barely had to look at the user guide, only to check the different channel types. So that's how easy it is to create a fixture profile directly inside the Wolfmix controller.